Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. Today we have another Age of Sigmar battle report for you. We're going to be playing 1500 points today. I'm going to be playing with my Living Cities of Sigmar army, and I'm going to be versing my little brother Matt, who's going to be playing with some Ogor Mawtribes, focused around the Beastclaw Raiders half of the army. We're going to be playing the scenario Marking Territory, which is a scenario where there are 4 objectives on the table, and it's pretty simple. Whoever controls all the objectives at any point from turn 3 onwards wins the game. There is the normal rules for the realms. You remove one of them, so it means you might only have to control 3 if you indeed do remove an objective. And battle tactics are also still important because they break ties, as do your grand strategies. But there's no objective scoring in this, so without further ado, let's get cracking in and check out those armies. And here we have our Living City army. So for starters, we've got a Nomad Prince. He's going to be our general. He's going to have the generic command trait, Skilled Leader. This is going to give him an extra command point every turn on a 5+. We then got a Spirit of Dirthu, who's going to have our artifact, which is going to be Spear of the Hunt. This gives him an additional rend and always strikes first when he charges. And then for battle line, 2 units of 20 Wildwood Rangers, a unit of 20 Eternal Guard, and 2 units of 5 Wild Riders. Everything here is wrapped up in a single battle regiment, meaning it's a 1-drop army. A grand strategy for the army is going to be hold the line, which means a battle line unit must survive the game. This is all our units bar the characters. And then we have our Ogor Mawtribes army. So for starters, we've got a Frostlord on Stonehorn. This is going to be our general. He's going to have the Brand of Svard artifact of power from the Boulderhead Mawtribe that we're going to be playing in, along with the command trait Lord of Beasts. Both of these must be taken because we're playing Boulderhead. Beside him, we've got a Huskard on Thundertusk, who's going to have the Prayer Curse, which is going to allow for some extra mortal wounds, hopefully going through some of the damage. And then we're also going to have another hero, our Icebrow Hunter. Mount trait wise, we're going to get one for each of our heroes. So our general is going to have the Rime Frost Hide, and then our Huskard is going to have the Alvagar Ancient mount trait for their Thundertusks. Battle line, we've got a unit of 4 Mournfang Cavalry with the Gargant Hackers, and then we've got a Thundertusk Beast Rider as well. This is going to be our army for the game, and we're going to have the grand strategy Beastmaster, so one of our monsters must survive the game. Before the game begins, we'd like to give a shout out to, first of all, Mithras Games, who provides us with our battle mats for our battle reports. You can find a link in the description of the video to their website. And also give a shout out to Terrainheim, who provided us with this fantastic battle tracker. It has everything for victory points, command points, faction points for your summoning and all that. It's got all your battle tactics here, things like Finest Hour and Heroic Leadership markings. What's great is this is all magnetic, so it all can get compacted nicely together as well. And then you flip this one over, put it back, and it folds up and keeps all nice and safe so nothing falls out. So deployment is done on this flank for the Living City. We've got our 20 Eternal Guard with the Nomad Prince behind, and in reserve on both flanks we've got our Wild Riders just taking up the rears, and then we've got a unit of 20 Wildwood Rangers on this flank. Across the other side of the table, we've got the Huskard and the Beast Riders, both on Thundertusk. And on the other side, we've got the Frostlord on Thundertusk and the 4 Mournfang Cavalry, sorry. With that said, cities finished deploying first, so we're going to give the first turn to the Ogres. In reserve for both armies, the Ogres have the Icebrow Hunter in reserve, and the cities of Sigmar have the Spirit of Dirthu and a unit of 20 Wildwood Rangers in reserve. First turn to the Ogres, though. Alrighty, so start of the turn, the strategy for the Beastclaw Raiders is going to be Ferocious Advance. Then we're going to go into our heroic action. So Beastclaw Raiders, the Frostlord is going to try and generate a command point on a 4+. He does, and I'm going to try and generate a free command point with the Nomad Prince on a 4+. Do not. Next up, the Huskard is going to try and use a prayer. He's going to try and give +1 to wound rolls to himself on a 3+, sorry, because he has another friendly Thundertusk near him, so it succeeds, so he has +1 to wound. With that said, that's the end of the hero phase for the Beastclaw Raiders, so time to go into movement, and we'll come back after all of it is done. Right, so end of the Beastclaw Raiders movement phase. The 3 units here all ran and moved together, so that's completing his battle tactic. Now we're going to go into some shooting. The Frostlord should be in range. Right, so the Frost Lord on Thundertusk, he's going to be shooting the Eternal Guard. Because they've got 20 models in the unit, he's getting +2 to his Frost Wreathed Ice roll. So 4 pluses, mortal wounds for them. So how many mortals do we have? I think 7. So that's just going to be 7 dead Eternal Guard. Right, so that's it for the turn for the Beastclaw Raiders. No charges to declare. Battle Shock phase, going to spend a command point to make the Eternal Guard immune to Battle Shock. And we're going to go into Cities of Sigmar turn 1. So, start of the hero phase, first of all, let's generate a command point. 4+ we do, so we go back up to 3. 5+, but we do go back up to 3. So, battle tactic for the turn for Cities of Sigmar, we're going with Ferocious Advance as well, picking these 3 units here. And then we're going to go into our hero phase. That's done and dusted like that. So, we're going to go into movement now. Heroic abilities first. On a 4+, our Nomad Prince will generate a command point. He does not. And on a 4+, the Frost Lord is going to attempt as well. He does not either. So that's it. Movement phase on now. And we'll come back after all of it is done. And so movement's all done. We've ran all our units on this side, reforming our line of Eternal Guard, the Nomad Prince, and keeping the Wild Riders in reserve. On the other flank, the Wildwood Rangers move up, and so do the Wild Riders far up on the flank, getting ready to try and perform some pincer maneuvers. With that said, we complete our battle tactic much like the Beastclaw Raiders did. No points are scored because we only care about who controls the objectives at the end of the game in this scenario. So with that said, going into priority for turn 2. Alright, so priority, Cities of Sigmar got a 2. Beastclaw Raiders got a 2. This means that Beastclaw Raiders will get to break the tie, so you're going next or you're giving the turn away. Cool. Beastclaw Raiders are going to go next, so we're going to get some charges probably going into their hero phase. So, Beastclaw Raiders turn, battle tactic wise, going to pick Broken Ranks to kill an enemy battle line unit. They're picking the Wild Riders on the far flank. We're then going to go with our heroic actions. So the Nomad Prince, he's going to try and generate a command point. 4+, does not. And then on a 4+, the Huskard will generate a command point. Does so. So the Huskard is going to try and use Winter's Strength. It works on a 2+. 1, of course. Fails, so he doesn't have +1 a wound. With that, that is the end of the hero phase. We're going to go into movement and we'll come back after all of it is done. So, movement. The Frost Lord and the Mournfang are moved up on this flank, getting ready to charge those Eternal Guard. And on this side, to Thundertusk, the Huskard and the Beast Riders come up on the Wild Riders. Meanwhile, the Hunter joins the fray as well, coming up to help try and get rid of those Wild Riders. That's it for movement, though. So, time to go into some shooting for the Ogor Mawtribes. Alrighty, so first shooting, Frost Lord. This time he's going to need 5s to do mortal wounds on the Eternal Guard. And that is a lot of 5s. Wow, that is 6 mortals, I think. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
7.
7? Wow.
Oh, wait, that's the 4.
Yeah, so 6. Wow. Ouch. And then the pistol from the leader of the Mournfang pack into them. He needs a 4 to hit. Misses. Alright, so the Huskard's going to be the first one to shoot. First of all, he's going to use his Frost Wreathed Ice on the Wild Riders. So he's needing 6s to do mortals. That is 3 mortal wounds. And then his Chain Trap, 4s to hit. Misses. And then the Beast Riders are also going to shoot. So first of all, their Frost Wreathed Ice. 12 dice. 3 mortals again. Ouch. And then their Chain Trap. Needing a 4 to hit. A 3 to wound. No. But then they've got a Harpoon Launcher. 4 to hit. Misses. Lastly, we've got the Icebrow Hunter. Alright, so the Icebrow Hunter is also going to shoot. He's got his crossbow to shoot with. 1 shot. 4 to hit. Misses. So that is it for shooting. So time for some Ogre charges. Alright, so to start with charges, the Huskard on Thundertusk is going to charge the Wild Riders. What's he going to get? He got a 6. Will that get him in? So the Huskard's spending his free command point, going again, charging. 7, 8. I think he's going to still fall just short, or is he? No, he's going to make it just. And so rolling 8 dice for the charge. Every 4+ is a mortal wound. 1, 2, 2 mortals so far. It kills another Wild Rider. So the Icebrow Hunter is going to charge next. 2d6, 5. He's not going to make it. You do have the ability to re-roll 1 more charge in the turn if you want for a command point.
Yeah.
Cool. So the Icebrow Hunter is going to try again. He got a 10. Sweet. So the Icebrow Hunter makes it in. So 10 dice. 6 do mortal wounds. 1 and 2. 1, 2. Enough. And that Ogre crushes the Wild Rider into oblivion as he charges. And so the Thundertusk Beast Rider is going to try it. They need an 11-inch charge. Can they do it? No. And no more rerolls for the Ogres. So now we're going to go over. Frostlord's going to charge first. He's got a 9. 9 dice for his charge. 4 ups do mortals. 1, 2, 3, 4 mortal wounds. That's 4 dead. Eternal Guard. Then the Mournfang Cavalry will charge as well. 4, so they're going to get to roll 4 dice. 4 dice. 6 do mortals. No mortal wounds from the Mournfang Cavalry. So with that, it's time for some combat. Alright, so to start off with, Frostlord's activating first. He's going into the Eternal Guard. So he's got his Frost Spear. 4 attacks. What does he need to hit?
3s.
Cool. 2 hit. What does he need to wound?
3.
2 wounds. Negative?
Is that rend?
Yep.
-1.
-1, so he's going to be 5 up saves. Saved 1. Damage 3, isn't it? So that's just going to kill 3 Eternal Guard. Alright, so then he's got his punches and kicks.
3s.
3s to hit. 1 hit. And to wound.
Yep.
Yep. 4's wound. And then armor save 4+ because no rands. Failed, and the last one dies. So, Nomad Prince is going to pile in. We're going to attack the Mournfang Cavalry. And so we're going to be... Or are we going to attack the Mournfang? You know what? No. We're going to attack the Frostlord. So we are -1 to hit. So he's going to be 4s to hit. And 3s to wounds. Nothing. Alright, so Nomad Prince, I'm going to elect to use all-out defense with a command point. So we're going down to 2. And then you've got 3 of your Mournfang pack in combat. So the Gargan Hackers to start with, 6 attacks between the 3 of them.
Hitting on 4s.
2 hits. Wounding on
3s.
2 wounds.
2.
So these are at -1.
Go.
So because he's used all that defense, he goes to a 2-up save. So he's now on a 3-up. So 3-up saves. Passed 1, failed 1, so he takes 3 damage so far. And then the tusks from the 3 of them.
Hitting on 4s.
And wounding
3s.
on 3s. Lovely. So through 2. Need to pass at least 1 or I die. So 2-up saves. Saved them both.
Rend 1.
Oh, rend 1, but still passed them either way. So Wild Riders have now piled in. We're going to get 4 riders, including the champion. They're going to attack, so they're going to need 3s to hit. The Mournfang Cavalry all hit. Wow. They're mad. And then 4s to wound. Not so mad when they're wounding. So 3 -1 armor saves on your Mournfang pack. So this will be 5+ saves. Save none, so take 3 wounds on one of your Mournfang pack. And then 3 of the mounts here are within an inch, so 4s to hit. And 4s to wound. 3 more armor saves, no rend on these, so these are 4-up armor saves. Another wound. So that flips up to a 4.
Yeah, fine.
Alright, so battle tactic for the turn, we're going to pick Bring It Down, and we're going to pick the Huskard on... Sorry, not the Huskard, the Thundertusk Beast Riders to bring it down. And then we're going to go into our heroic action. We're going to try heroic healing on the Nomad Prince. That is a 10. That is not below his bravery, so he does not heal. So the Huskard is going to try and generate a command point on a 4+. Nope, does not. With that, 5+, I gain an extra command point from the Nomad Prince skilled leader ability. Do not. And now we're going to go into movement for the turn, and we'll come back after all of it is done. Alright, so end of the movement phase. Wildwood Rangers have moved up on this side, and the Wild Riders and the Nomad Prince both retreating because, well, that's a losing fight over there. Hopefully we can get the turn next and keep them alive. But back here, Dirthu's come on the edge of the table, as have the Wildwood Rangers. They're going to try and make some charges, but before that, we're going to go into shooting. Dirthu's going to try and shoot that Thunder Tusk. So, Dirthu's going to attempt to shoot. So, Dirthu's shooting. He's going to need 4s to hit. Hits 4 times. And then 3s to wound. 1 wound. That's -1. So, 1 armor save on your Thunder Tusk Beast Rider. And so, that is saved. Dirthu's going to spend a command point though, and he's going to move. So, charges. We're going to start off with the big man himself. Dirthu's going to charge. He got a 3. That fails, so he's going to have to use the command point to re-roll. 3. Oh, he failed again. Ah, dang it. He's 4 inches away, so that fails. It's up to you, Wildwood Rangers. So they're going to charge, and of course they roll a 10-inch charge. And the last charge, these Wildwood Rangers here are going to attempt to charge as well. They got a 10 as well, so they're in as well. So this is how we look after charges. So these Wildwood Rangers are going to choose to attack first, because that's the model we need dead. Alright, so we're going to need 4s to hit due to being -1 thanks to his Frosty Aura. And 3s to wound. Alright, so 5+ saves on the Thunder Tusk Beast Rider. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 16. I think that's going to be enough to kill him. And so, yeah, 16 damage because they are damage 2 versus monsters. So that's going to be enough to kill the Thunder Tusk Beast Rider. Lucky, 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 lucky. And so now the Huskard attacking the Wildwood Rangers. He's in combat with 3 attacks with his punches and kicks. Needing 4s to hit. 3s to hit.
And then 4s.
And then 4s to wound. 1, no rend on these. So 5 up, fails, 1 dies. And then 4 attacks with his Colossal Tusks. 4s to hit, yeah?
It's 3s to hit.
3s to hit, so 3 hits anyway. And then 2s to wound, because he's undamaged. Rend on these.
Yeah, rend 1.
Cool. So 6s, saved 1, failed 1.
So then that's a D3.
And so D3 damage. For another 1, kills 2. Ugh. Alright, so Wildwood Rangers back into the Thunder Tusk. So we're needing 4s to hit due to being -1.
I wanted all out defense.
And then, yeah, all out defense has been used on the Thunder Tusk as well. And 3s to wound. And so -1 rend cancels out his all out defense. So 4+ save for the Huskard. He's going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's going to take 12 wounds. How many does he have?
12.
He is dead as well. Righty, so time for priority. Turn 3. 3 for the Cities of Sigmar and a 1. Cities, we're going to take the turn from the Ogor Mawtribes. Right, and because cities have chosen to take the turn, an objective can be removed from the table, and the Ogor Mawtribes are choosing to remove this objective in the corner here. We're going to go with Savage Spearhead. We have to have 2 units in our opponent's territory. I think that one will be pretty easy to do. And then we're going to go into our hero face proper. So on a 5+, our general is going to generate a command point. Does not. And then he's going to attempt to heal as well. 2d6, 6. So he's going to heal D3 wounds for 1. And then he's also going to heal another wound due to being Living City. And then the Hunter's going to use his finest hour this turn, trying to hopefully not die in a turn against the Wildwood Rangers. With that said, it's into movement, and we'll come back after all of it's done. So movement's all done. Wild Riders and the Nomad Prince just coming around the flank here. And then we've got these Wildwood Rangers going into the Icebrow Hunter. And then at the back of the field, Dirthu and the Wildwood Rangers complete my battle tactic for me. With that said, Going into shooting, we've only got the Nomad Prince's ability that can do anything this turn. So he's going to pick the Frost Lord on Stonehoon, who is now -1 to hit, cast, unbind, dispel as well. So -1 to hit mostly. That leaves us with charges. So the Wildwood Rangers to begin with, they've got a 12-inch charge. And so that ends like that. And now we're going to go over, the Wild Riders are going to charge as well. They've got a 6/7, so they're going to get in as well. Alright, so we're going to go with the Wild Riders first. We're going to elect to spend all-out defense on the Mournfang Cavalry, no worries. I'm going to give them all-out attack, so +1 to hit. So this means we're hitting on 2s. Everything hits. And we're going to wound on 4s. So Wild Riders are -2 on the charge, so 5 up saves. Saved 3, so that's going to be 6 damage. That's going to take a Mournfang down. And then the Mounts 4s to hit. And 4s to wound. 3, no rends, so these are on your base. +1 from all our defense, so 3 up saves. Saved them all, so that's all that happens. So, Icebrow Hunter's going to go. He's got 4 attacks with his club. So, 2s to hit because of all-out attack. And then 2s to wound thanks to his finest hour. It was not his finest hour. No rends, so 5 up. Failed, so it's going to be 2 dead. And then 1 attack with Gulping Bite, 2 to hit. And a 2 to wound. Nope. It was not his finest hour. It in fact was not his best day ever. Alrighty, so we are going to be 3s to hit. And 3s to wound. And so he's got +1 from his finest hour, but he's -1 as well from the Rangers, so 5 up saves. Oh, that's not bad though, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like, he's dead, but he's not dead by much. He's dead. I only did 9. Like, that's 10. I did 10. That's what, 9, 10. That's almost 50% of your saves. That's pretty good. He does die, but he took a bit of killing. And then the Mournfang pack are going to attack the Wild Riders. 6 attacks with their Gargan Hackers, needing 4s to hit. And 3s to wound. 1. -1, so this is a 6 up save. Fails, so that's 3 damage straight away. Then you got 12 attacks from your Mournfang. So then 4s to hit with the Mournfang. And 3s to wound. 3 -1, so these are 6 up saves. Save none, so there's going to be 3 dead Wild Riders in total. Battle Shock. Going into the Ogre's turn, I'm going to make the Wild Riders automatically pass with my last command point. It's going to keep those Mournfang locked in combat there. And then that's it. And then he's going to elect to spend a command point for the Mournfang pack as well, making sure they can't lose any more models. So that's no command points, but it is going to Ogre's turn 3 now. So Ogre's turn 3. Their battle tactic is going to be Slay the Warlord, so Nomad Prince here. With that said, there's nothing else to do besides some heroic actions, so try to generate a command point on a 4+ with your Frost Lord. Do so, and I'm going to do the same. Try and generate a command point with the Nomad Prince on a 4+. I do not. So I've got no command points to save me. No all-out defense, but you have the potential for all-out attack, so go into movement, and we'll come back after that's done. Alrighty, so movement's all done, so shooting time now. We'll start off with the 1 shot from the pistol into the Wild Riders here. So 1 shot, 4 to hit. Hits, 3 to wound. Wounds, 1 armor save, so it's going to be a 6 up armor save. Failed, D3 damage. For 3, ouch, that just shoots a Wild Rider and then does the wound to this one. Alright, so the Frost Lord on Thunder Tusk is using Frost Wreathed Ice to shoot the Nomad Prince. 12 dice, 6 is immortal. That's one mortal wound, so it goes up to 2. And I think we're going to go straight into charges, so 2d6 on the Frost Lord here. That's a 10. So 10 dice into the Nomad Prince, 4 plus is a mortal wound. He does enough and the Nomad Prince just gets squished. And then he's going to pick to fight first in combat. So he's attacking the Wild Rider. So he's got his Frost Spear, 4 attacks, correct?
Yep. 3s and 3s.
Two negative.
-1.
So these are 6s. Oh, double save.
Good job.
So punches and kicks. How many attacks?
3. Hitting on 3s and 3s.
Nothing. And then he's got the mount. Right, so last chance for him to kill a single Wild Rider on a wound. The Colossal Tusks.
Hitting on 3s?
Hitting on 2s because your mount gets +1 to hit.
Okay.
So all hit because he's the Primal Beast.
And then wounding on 2s.
Alright, rend on this.
Rend 1.
So, Yahtzee! I mean, I rolled 2 6s again, but he dies. Alright, so priority for turn 4. Cities, got a 5. Ogres, got a 6. Ogre's going to take the turn, I'm pretty sure, because they're pretty confident Cities can't do anything in the turn after.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Ogre's turn literally consists of these Mournfang are going to move here, and that will be their whole turn, claiming the battle tactic Ferocious... no, what is it? It's called Savage Spearhead in the process. And so, yeah, with that, battle tactic complete, all the movements done. Going into Cities of Sigmar turn 4. So, hero phase, pretty much non-existent. Dirthu's just going to try and generate himself a command point on a 4+. Actually, on a 2+ now because my general is dead. He does. And then Frostlord's going to do the same thing. No real reason why he needs to, but he will. And he doesn't. And that's it for the hero phase. So we'll go into movement now and we'll come back after all of it is done. And so that's it for movement. There's not going to be any shooting. We ran with all our units across the table. Battle tactic complete. We chose Conquer. And so we're taking the objective off the Ogres now. And Wild Rangers moving into the center. Maybe we might get a charge off, but we're keeping 1 unit back. So our grand strategy will stay alive. And so rolling. Got a 2. Ogre's got a 5, so Ogre's going to take the turn.
Yeah.
Battle tactic for Ogres is going to be Monstrous Takeover. So pretty easily done. And I think we can call the game there because we'll double check whether I can get the charge off because it doesn't really matter what you do because you're not going to be able to stop my grand strategy there. And you haven't got the distance on the charge here with the Ogre because you're well over the threat range of him and you haven't got enough damage to kill Dirthu unless you somehow roll 12 6s. So with that, we're just going to pass the Ogre's turn and we're going to see whether... And so just a little bit of movement from the Ogres. He moves the Frost Lord so he's as far away. That means I can never get that charge off with the Wild Rangers no matter what I do in a single turn. And so he's going to get Monstrous Takeover. I'm then going to do the same thing, Monstrous Takeover. That means end of turn 5, no one's controlling all the objectives. So yeah, both players have completed all their battle tactics. We've both got 5 and we both complete our grand strategies for the game. So the game is going to be a draw. There's nothing to split the two sides on this one. Beastclaw Raiders and Cities of Sigmar get the draw. Good game, man. Played out a nice bore draw. Well, thank you for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn those bell notifications on so you don't miss a thing when we upload on the channel. Now, next up, you can also come and chat more with us on our Discord server, which we've got a link to in the description of the video, and we've also got links there as well to our merch store on Teespring. Lastly, we'd like to give a shout out to everyone who helps support the channel via Patreon and YouTube members and in other ways. Thank you to our Patreon members, Christian Weir, James Soren, Chaos Spawn, AJC, Kenny Lowell, Outer and Shop First, James Crowder, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, Tim Newman, The Rising Ape, Cure Dynamic, Agu, Anthony B, MJ, and Dynet226. And thank you to our YouTube members, Green Roots Gaming, Kenton Young, Steve T, The Real Zeop, Chris Wallace, Truriah12, Vinny, Loch Lorick, Matt Mollum, and Becca Kinska Groupie. A special thank you as well to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing art for the channel, and to Xmorphic, who does a fantastic job at helping moderate our Discord server and keep everything nice and working there. If you'd like to help support the channel in a way like we've just seen, you can do so by finding the links to both Patreon and YouTube members in the description of the video. Thank you all for watching again though, stay safe everyone, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.